Alrighty. Thank you for watching this. Another episode of Changes Made to the Bible by the Joseph Smith Translation. Those of you who aren't Mormons are going to get to learn a new concept today. Joseph Smith Matthew. What is that? If you're a Christian or you know about Christianity, you know Matthew is the first book of the New Testament of the Christian Bible. Joseph Smith Matthew is the Joseph Smith translation of one chapter of Matthew. Or so, I could make some guesses about why we have it as its own book in the Pearl of Great Price. There's so many changes, it's not just a little bit of footnote in the Bible like in most of the Bible where there's a Joseph Smith translation correction. Maybe we've got the thing as a whole chapter because it's really important, because in some languages we do not have copyright to print the Bible, or the Bible is not a public domain, and so that we get the correct thing that Matthew actually wrote, we have it as a part in the Pearl of Great Price. Either way, I planned this thing out. And let's get started. When I'm reading this, it is the Pearl of Great Price, Joseph Smith Matthew, what God revealed to Joseph Smith that Matthew actually wrote. When you see me holding up the e-reader, it is the King James translation of the Bible. Okay, 1 through 4. For I say unto you that ye shall not see me henceforth, and know that I am he of whom it is written by the prophets, until ye shall say, Blessed is he who cometh in the name of the Lord, and the clouds of heaven, and all the holy angels with him. Then understood his disciples that he should come again on the earth, after he was glorified and crowned on the right hand of God. And Jesus went out, and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, for to hear him, saying, Master, show us concerning the buildings of the temple. As thou hast said, they shall be thrown down and left unto you desolate. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not that all these things? Do ye not understand them? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here upon this temple one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And Jesus left them, and went upon the Mount of Olives. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be which thou hast said concerning the destruction of the temple and the Jews, and what is the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world, or the destruction of the wicked? Which is the end of the world? There we go. And what does the King James Version say? We started off with what it really said. Usually I start off with the King James Version, but I'm twisting it up this time. Let's see. We're starting on... I know I don't want verse 3. For I say unto you, you shall not know. Okay, 39. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till you shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. That's chapter 23, verse 39. Now we're into chapter 24. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and the end of the world? There we go. Yeah, so there's a difference there, definitely. Okay. So when they had this conversation, they began to realize he was going to come back. let's see, now we're doing 5 through 11. 5 through 11, pearl of great price. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that remaineth steadfast, and is not overcome, the same shall be saved. Am I getting up to 11? Okay, there we go. And 4 through 13. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall ye be delivered. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my sake. 13. For my name's sake. I'm sorry, skip names. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Okay, so the earthquakes and pestilences, those were not in what Matthew actually wrote, or at least in that order. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. I think I'm done. Okay. I can never just sneeze one sneeze. I have to do a series of them. It's not intentional. It's just the way my body works. Okay, where was I? And many false prophets shall arise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Alrighty. And 12 through 20. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet concerning the destruction of Jerusalem, then shall ye stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop flee, and not return to take anything out of his house. Neither let him who is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and unto them that give suck in those days. Therefore pray ye the Lord, that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then in those days shall be great tribulation on the Jews, and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, such as was not before sent upon Israel of God, since the beginning of their kingdom, even until this time. No, nor ever shall be sent again upon Israel. All things which have befallen them are only the beginning of the sorrows which shall come upon them. And except those days should be shortened, there should none of their flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, according to the covenant, those days shall be shortened. Okay, and 14 to 22. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Let's see, what am I reading up to now for? 22. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay, so what are the differences? We don't have the gospel of the kingdom being preached, and Matthew was, or Jesus, when he was actually saying it, which we learned from Joseph Smith Matthew, what he actually said, it's pretty clear this tribulation was going to be on the Jews in the last days. And now we are up to 21 to 20. Okay, 21 to 25. Behold, these things I have spoken unto you concerning the Jews. And again, after the tribulation of those days, which shall come upon Jerusalem, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe him not. For in those days there shall also arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if possible they shall deceive the very elect, who are the elect according to the covenant. Behold, I speak these things unto you for the elect's sake. And you shall also hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all I have told you must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Behold, I have told you before. Up to 25. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Alright. Yep, there will be false Christs and false prophets. Some Christians look at that and say, see, everyone's a false prophet. No, doesn't mean there will never be a true prophet. Just keep your eyes open for the false ones so you're not deceived by the false ones. 23 to 26. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Okay. Alright, back to Joseph Smith Matthew. For as the light of the morning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, and covereth the whole earth, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And now I show unto you a parable. Behold, wherever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. So likewise shall mine elect be gathered from the four quarters of the earth. And they shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Am I going up to now? No. Let's see. 26:32. And behold, I speak for mine elect's sake, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And again, because iniquity shall abound. The love of men shall wax cold, but he that shall not be overcome, the same shall be saved. Okay, so a couple of those verses in the King James Version were earlier in the chapter. They were out of order. And again, this kingdom of another one of those, the kingdom of the gospel, this gospel of the kingdom, gospel of the kingdom, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come, or the destruction of the wicked. And again shall the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet be fulfilled. Okay. So that prophecy of Daniel will be fulfilled. 2 verses. 29, let's see. For as the light cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together also. Shall be gathered together. Okay, so the eagles being gathered together, Jesus gave more details to let us know that that is the elect. His elect will be gathered together. And we are up to 33. And immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Verily I say unto you, this generation in which these things shall be shown shall not pass away until all I have told you shall be fulfilled. Although the days will come that heaven and earth shall pass away, yet my words shall not pass away, but shall all be fulfilled. 37:2. And as I said before, after the tribulation of those days, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And whoso treasureth up my words shall not be deceived. For the Son of Man shall come, and he shall send his angels before him. And the great sound of a trumpet. And with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together the remainder of his elect from the four winds of heaven, four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay. And then 29, 30. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay, where am I up to now? 38 to 40. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branches are yet tender, and it begins to put forth leaves, you know that summer is at hand. So likewise, mine elect, when they shall see these things, they shall know that he is near, even at the door. For of that day and hour no man knoweth, no, not the angels of God in heaven, but my Father only. Okay. 32, 36. Let's see. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Okay. Where am I up to? This would be, is it 40? Yes, so we're going to 46. But as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the coming of the Son of Man. For it shall be with them as it was in the days which were before the flood. For until the day that Noah entered the ark, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall be fulfilled that which is written, that in the last days two shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. And what I say unto one, I say unto all, watch therefore, for you know not at what hour your Lord doth come. Okay, middle initial 46. And then 37, 42. Middle initial, I might use a middle initial. 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for you know not at what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, where am I up to? Okay, 42. And then 47. But know this, if the good man of that house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to have been broken up, but would have been ready. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And verily I say unto you, he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Am I going up to now? Let's see. Oh. Oops. I read a couple more than the plan was. Now let's see. 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Okay. 52. Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And verily I say unto you, he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware, and shall cut him asunder, and shall appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. And there shall be weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. And thus cometh the end of the wicked, according to the prophecy of Moses, saying, They shall be cut off from among the people, but the end of the earth is not yet, but by and by. And that is the end of it. But we're going to finish it in both books. Here's how it ends in the King James Version. Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall make to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. There we go. Thank you for watching. Now you have a better understanding of Mormonism. And more specifically, how Mormons look at the Bible, which we love. We do love it, despite the accusations of some people. To learn more, go to www.mormon.org, Mormon.org, and www.lds.org. Thank you.